Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Habib Ali and I am an ICT tutor by profession. Welcome to another lesson. In today's lesson we are going to be learning about how to use the count function, how to use the CountA function, and what is the difference between the two functions. For today's lesson, I'm using a file called lesson 7 count and CountA function. Now, if you have been following me right from the beginning, from lesson 1, you will have created something similar by following lesson 1 to lesson 6 so far. If you have, you should have something like this already. If you have not, you can download this exact same file by clicking on the link that I have left for you in the description section, and by clicking on that, this will take you directly to lesson 7 on my website, where you can download an exact copy of this file. I'm going to show you a quick example of how to do this using another lesson of mine. So here is lesson 60, for example, and this is the description section. Click on show more and then scroll down, and this is the link I am referring to. If you were to click on this link, this will then take you directly to my website, and in particular to the lesson in question, and you should be able to download the relevant file by clicking on download right on this button. So I hope you can do that without any problem, and then you can join me and complete the lesson by following myself. Okay, so before anything else, let's have a look at today's question. So the question is asking us to count how many trips there are using the data in column A. Okay, column A must be a reason for that, so let's have a look. Let's go back to our data. Now, if this is the first time, I just want to quickly explain what this spreadsheet is showing. It's simply displaying the popular day trips in Marmaris. So we've got a list of all the different trips, the price per person, different sales made over few months, total sales, revenue made, and the average trip sales. And then in the last few lessons, we worked out the average monthly sales and the minimum and the maximum monthly sales. However, today's question is this little section here, where we are going to count the number of trips that are available on this spreadsheet or worksheet. So the question is asking us to count how many trips there are. I mean, to be honest, this is a very small list and you could manually count how many there are. So let's quickly do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 trips and very easy to count. However, you are learning how to use the count and the CountA function, so you can apply the knowledge onto any other spreadsheet where there is a large amount of data, where counting it manually would be a very stressful thing to do. So you will need the count or the CountA function. So therefore, let's go ahead and make a start. So we start with the equal sign as usual for any calculation we do on Microsoft Excel. We then type in the word count and we open the bracket. Now you can either type in, remember the question was telling us to use the data in column A, so I am going to use the data in column A, and let's see what answer I get by using first of all the count function and whether Excel does give me the number of trips that it should do, or do I get something else. Let's have a look. So equals count, open brackets, and then I can either type in the cell range or I can use the mouse and just select this small list that I have for the trips. Once I have done that, I can simply close the brackets and press enter, and let's see what we get. There we are. So we've got 0 there. Now 0 doesn't seem to be the right answer, because we have already established there is 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Yes, there is 9 trips. So why is Excel giving us 0? Okay, we'll come back to the answer for that question very shortly. Let's try using the CountA function and see what happens. So in this cell A16, I'm going to do this. So equals count A, open the brackets, and again I'm just going to select the same small range here, close the brackets and press enter. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we've got 9 and this is the correct answer. So therefore the CountA function in this particular scenario is giving us the right answer. But the main question is why, because if we could answer why, then we will know the difference between the two functions, the equals count and the equals CountA. Well, let me take you back to the count function for a moment. In Microsoft Excel, if we use the count function, it will only count the number of cells that contain numerical data within the range. So as you can see in this particular range in column A, which is displaying the names of the trips, has no numerical data. Therefore, Excel gave us a 0 answer. Now, coming back to the CountA function, CountA function, however, will count any data that is numerical or textual data. So if there are words in there or numbers in there, the CountA function will actually count both. Therefore, I have got 9. Now, just to demonstrate and show you that it is the case as exactly what I have just mentioned, I'm going to change a couple of items in this range. So I'm going to get rid of Cleopatra boat trip and just put a number in there. So I'm just going to put number 12 in there as an example, and let's see what happens as a result to these two functions that we have created. Okay, so the CountA function remains 9. However, now in the count function that we have used for the first one, you can see there is displaying 1, simply because now in this list we have one cell that contains a number, so it is counting that cell. Therefore, I have got 1. However, in the second one where I have used the CountA function, it is still displaying a 9, simply because remember the CountA function does count text as well as numbers, and this is exactly what I have got in this range. Now, a final thing I want to mention to you is that if there are any blank cells within this range, the count function and the CountA function will not count them. So what I'm going to do is simply delete this one and just make it empty. And let's see what happens to our both answers. There we are. So this time in this range, this one has now changed from 9 to 8, simply because it is counting 8 cells which contains either text or a number, and one of these cells that is empty, now it does not count it. And this one here still counts 1, simply because one of the cells in this range has a number in it. So this is how we do count function to count a number of items within a range, or we use the CountA function, which remember counts text and numerical data within the range. However, also please do make a note for yourself that both of these functions, the equals count and equals CountA, does not include or does not count any of the empty or blank cells within the range in question. And this brings us to the end of today's question. If you do have any further questions or comments, please do leave them in the comment section. Otherwise, don't forget to like and share our lovely lesson and subscribe to our channel for all future lessons that I will be publishing on all different software of Microsoft Office and many other technological platforms that I have already planned to do so. Otherwise, please do look after yourself. Take care and goodbye for now.